All right. Wrapping up the day with Abzan Fall. So Fall, for those not familiar, this stands for Fall of the Thran. This is a saga that says destroy all lands. Then each player slowly puts some lands from their graveyard back into play. However, if we have things like Kaya or Remorseful Cleric, we can go to town on their lands while they're in their graveyard. And we're playing cards like Settle the Wreckage and like Assassin's Trophy to like ramp our opponent up before we drop the hammer on them. So, let's just dive in, shall we? We're gonna try this one in the ranked queue just for the lulz. We're gonna gift some ranked points here. Abzan free rank points, essentially. Look at that, chat. We've already assembled our combo. Ye of little faith. Oh man. And it's gone. All right. Man, it sure takes a while to read all the text on Fall of the Thran. That was the read. There wasn't a connection issue. That was a reading Fall of the Thran. Pause for those not familiar with playing garbage. Doesn't this seem too cute for my standards? Thanks for the 5 months, Cranky. Listen, all too cute means is that you didn't attach enough money to your deck submission. I think this was actually a low one. Now this one came with 40 bucks. That's why we're here. Too cute just means more than $10 to send it in. That's what too cute means. Listen, for the right amount of money, I'll lose 3 or 4 matches with anything you want me to lose with. If we get dumpstered a few times, we'll just play another deck. There's a whole list full of decks in the queue that we could eventually get to. Life is swell, Jin. Life is swell. Vivian Reed. Rude.
The wild wasn't meant. You can't stop nature.
You can't trophy your own cards. It's not a legal play.
Back, just like before.
Huh. There's a basic island in their deck. That's interesting. They know about this Cleansing Nova. What if I fall here So I can fall, kill all the lands, and then next turn I stack the saga triggers so I get my thing back before they get their thing. Yeah, I get spirit back before the first fall trigger, and then I'm gonna nuke their graveyard. I don't know if this is the right play, but it's the sweet play, so we're gonna make it. Alright, so I want this to resolve first. No! Damn it! I forgot to put full control mode on. Damn it! That's really frustrating. It says full control here, but there's delay between my client and the server. So that's sad. We were in such a good spot, too. I don't know if I really sideboard anything in here. None of these cards seem super meaningful. Yeah, I needed to toggle full control mode on before I let the other trigger resolve. If you don't have full control mode on, you can't respond to your own triggers. Oh look, full control mode's still on. I was like, why aren't I in my main phase? What's the deal? Full control mode still on. Yikes. Full control mode is mocking us. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in Duress post-board. Just because they're gonna have counter spells. Ardek's kind of spell heavy. Man, that just took the stupid server client lag just took the wind right out of my sails. That's sad. I was having a good time. Kinda off it. Ugh. I'm just gonna go along. I'm just gonna go to the next match. Yeah, I'm just gonna play one or two more. We're almost at the 10-hour mark. I'm about spent. I don't really recover from a kick in the dick this late into the stream. Kaya is technically a win condition, that is correct. Oh, magic. That's true. It is a tough sell to live up to the Thran dinos legacy. Hey, Doogie, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, these are my 2 ones. There are many like them, but these ones are mine. Smells like Nexus. Relic of Progenitus would be real good in this deck. I wonder what this matchup's like. I feel like we have some weird tools to attack them from an axis they're not used to being attacked on. Like we have Mortify and we don't have Duress, but we have like Mortify, Assassin's Trophy, and like even Fall without exiling their graveyard, like just setting them back lands is like pretty good. To draw a land there. Did not. Yeah, I wonder if their deck's broken. They haven't comboed us yet. A shield without a sword. Let's fix that, Robert. So do I mortify the search, or do I think I just use the clerics to keep the graveyard, keep it from flipping? Are these Dawn of Hope stupid in this deck? Like, what is this card doing? Why is it here? Yeah, seems like a really mediocre win condition, right? Nexus never goes to the graveyard. Nexus is what we refer to as a replacement effect. It's a win con because it makes 1/1s. It's a really slow, tedious win con. I mean, honestly, just like Planeswalkers and Remorseful Clerics sounds like a fine win condition. Max out on treasure maps and Karns. Hey, Robert. Thanks for the 12-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. so we're actually kind of in an okay spot. I get to shoot this. Are they about to blink this back to their hand? Yeah, I'm gonna sack a cleric this turn. In response to their search trigger next turn, we'll exile their bin. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. So they still get to keep providing a little bit of card selection here, but I was a kid, I would ask, are we there yet? And that's how I feel playing against Exis. Yep. The clerics keep them off of their Azcanta doing anything here, though, which is nice. No, I don't think I'm taking Vrascos, right? Making them use the blink as a resource is valuable there, I think. Was that you that just tweeted at me, Moby? Are you Paulo on Twitter? Definitely just retweeted that. That was great. That is it. I think we're gonna get a lot of memes out of this hearing, for better or worse. Just getting started. Man, if these Dawn of Hopes had been cards that have text on them, I don't know that I'm gonna finish this match. I think we're gonna retool this deck with the same initial idea here. I wasn't planning on getting to this deck today because I wasn't sure if we were going to run late. So normally I retool a lot of decks off stream when I like do my prep. Like after I finish streaming for the day, I like upload my stuff to YouTube and then I like import all the decks for the next day and like start editing them. It is only 6 timeouts. Those are rookie numbers. Gotta pump those up. I'm actually just gonna, this is an unranked match. Instead of sitting here wasting time while they play Nexus of Fate, I'm gonna go ahead and just like rip this apart. Alright, so why are there Dawn of Hopes? So like, I get the idea of this card, like, ramping them up before we destroy their lands, but, like, this card probably just isn't very good, right? It probably just isn't very good. This card's okay, but probably not. Oh, this card's really good because it sacrifices Fall of the Thran. Got it? Got it. All right, connecting the Galaxy Brain Lines. Like, that card's not very good to be a 3-of. Wait, yes it is. I mean, Kaya's great right now. I think I'll take an extra card. I feel like I want to just max out on this because memes. Yeah, I want to max out on treasure maps for sure. I kind of want to max out on Remorseful Cleric. It's like randomly cute. A lot of the decks don't even have that many basics in them, so like ramping them basics isn't really something you could really do. Benalia is in the board for blocking against aggro and pressuring control, I'd imagine. If I had to venture a guess. Do we have enough black-white to play Kaya's Wrath? I don't know that I do. I have 14, 15. I only have 15 black, and I have 8, 10, 17 white. I don't think I feel comfortable playing Kaya's Wrath. How many lands are in here total? 25. Alright, let's try this. I'm still a little tilted that the first time we got to do our thing, I didn't put full control mode on soon enough. For some lands. Sagas are historic. I wonder if Temporal Gateway. Temporal Gateway is real expensive in terms of like what it's doing. I wonder if I do this to hold up Mortify this turn. Probably, because like there's no way they don't play something out this turn, right? So I want to just like Mortify whatever they play and then untap and contempt their thing. Don't mind me getting my next tier badge. Put this towards the T-Bird Exodus deck in the queue. Will do, Furious Squirrel. Thank you for the very generous biddies. Hope you're having a good one. People keep talking about the card Phyrexian Scriptures, and I really don't think it belongs here. Like, I get that it says exile their graveyard, but the amount of timing sequencing you're gonna have to do to get Scriptures chapters to line up to fall. Is it, if you Scriptures on, how does that work? If you Scriptures on 4, you fall on 6? No, it doesn't work out, right? This Vraska is super awkward, so I don't want to sacrifice a land because I need to get to 6.
Except me.
Yeah, you need the Scriptures on 5. Yikes, this gives it trample too.
I grow bored with this fight.
we're dead. We almost got to do the thing, and then a misclick got me. I don't think I have anything to board in here. I guess Eldest Reborn is kind of bad. I don't really have anything in the sideboard that's good, though. Our sideboard's not really good against mid-range creatures. You're on a Johnny in a green-white build. That's interesting. You could play like Incubation Druid to ramp up into fall as well. You could play like Growth Chamber Guardian, Incubation Druid, Cleric, Ajani, Fall the Thran. That doesn't seem like a terrible direction to take things in. Just like an aggro deck being able to utilize fall is probably reasonable. I wonder if we just rebuild this in that direction. Like, playing this is a bad... When someone said this was an Ollie brew, it makes a lot of sense that this is just a bad control deck. Because most Ollie brews start with control deck plus gimmick. But this gimmick is kind of better in an aggro deck, right? Like, you get on the board and then you fall. It actually sounds really sweet. If that came off as rude or an insult to Ollie, it wasn't intended to be that way. But look at the decks Ollie builds historically, right? They're all control deck plus gimmick. Like, most of the decks I brew are bad tempo deck or flash deck, past instant speed creatures. Like, we have an MO. When you're a deck builder, you prefer certain types of decks. I'm about to build a deck with only counter spells and Tempest shit, yep. Chromatic Black is fine. This format is a format where you can kind of play whatever you want, do whatever you want. It's why the standard format's reasonable. There's a lot of different things going on. So, I should have shocked that in, right? I guess I could just execute combo here. I could have kept a treasure here by shocking in the land. We did the thing. I do think this is probably better suited as an aggro deck. We did the thing. This gives itself trample, so I didn't wait to block plus sack because it was gonna trample. We did the thing, but I think we're still gonna lose. Which is why being an aggro deck is probably better. I know it's not a very red thing. People forget that Aurelia gives trample all the time. We've manufactured the perfect example of Screw Beats Flood. Yeah, this is a great example of like why this core isn't super functional, right? I like the idea, like, so historically speaking, for people that aren't familiar with Magic history, so like the card that Fall is modeled after, Armageddon, that card historically speaking was always played as a curve topper in aggro decks because you do what I just talked about, which was you put a bunch of creatures in play and then play your card that destroys all the lands because you're ahead on board. So like destroying all the lands while you're ahead on board is good for you. Yeah, what's the third color we want, basically? So, like, we're gonna play green and white. So we can play ramp creatures like Growth Chamber Guardian and Ajani. So, like, what's the third color? Krasis is probably not good in our deck that's looking to blow up lands.
Please stop.
Blue for counter spells is probably not unreasonable.
What was lost is now returned.
Black gives us Kaya, which is not irrelevant. Kaya is real good. Teferi could tuck the Fall. There you go. Look at that. We found a good one. Blue, so Teferi can tuck the Fall. Teferi on 4, Fall on 5, Teferi tuck the Fall. There we go. Blue it is. Now we're cooking with gas. I like it. I like it. I don't even want to finish playing with this build. Let's rebuild it. Bant Fall. Remorseful Cleric. I'm just gonna put a bunch of aggro creatures in here. Put some honor guards in the board. Hey, Delta, thanks for the 6 months. I appreciate the half a year. Adding Blue, what's going on, Ice Twitch? Thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back, folks. Alright, Ajani. Teferi. Land War Elves. Tithe Taker, that's a great idea. History is probably not a bad idea. I'm gonna cut these Adanto Vanguards because we already have Fall of the Thran for aggro. Now, I think Land War Elves and Incubation Druid are fine. Deputy of Detention. I don't think Deputy is very good because I don't have a lot of must-answer threats in here. Baffling End or Conclave Tribunal is probably good. I like Baffling End. Hey, Gearheart, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. I like the idea of this, I think. Explore creatures could add some consistency. It's probably just Baffling End to some removal in the main. 24 lands is probably fine with Elf plus Incubation. Pierce is probably great. Well, thanks for being here, Mark. Hope you're having a good one. Nah, I want to cast my spells. I think 24 lands is good. Third Teferi in the sideboard. I didn't build the mana yet, because that's just what the default thing is. Blink is a removal spell if the opponent doesn't have lands. It's funny because it's true. I think I like all these spells we have in the main, though. I think this is probably fine. One more card for the board. Deal with Phoenix. Yeah, an exile card to deal with Phoenix is probably fine. Couple of Conclave Tribunal. Let's do that. Alright. Pay 2 life. Alright. All the green sources, please. This is an aggro deck, so probably just all 12 shocks. Want all the white because we have. I want all the white because we're trying to cast History of Benalia. Oh, I missed a breeding pool. Thank you. $12 blue is probably plenty. This is 17 white. I'll add 2 forests in to have extra ways to cast Land Wars early. If you're between getting a full set, I think Growth Chamber Guardian goes in more places than Incubation Druid. How much money have I put into Thran? About $250 per set. This is 17 white and 15 green. That looks good at an eyeball. We don't need much blue. Like, blue doesn't exist until Teferi and then sideboard counterspells, so this is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. I almost want a third Teferi in the main just because Teferi with Land War Elves is kind of sweet. We can't cast Mortify. That's a black card. Yeah, 2's probably fine in the main. Alright, let's do it. Alright, the real question is... I don't think I have room for Blinks this issue. I'm gonna split this up on YouTube. Do I split this? So do I split this up on YouTube, or do I just put it all in one fall video? I feel like I just put it all in one fall video. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna call it fall. The Thran Brews. I'll just link both decks in the title. Alright. Alright, let's do it. Can Vivian kill your own Thran? She can kill your own Thran, actually. Pretty sure. Maybe that means she's worth playing. It's a lot of months. Could think we could use this to put Sultai Wilderness into the deck queue. I'm gonna have to no-sir that one, Niv. I'm just not playing fair decks in Modern right now. My list of fair decks I'm willing to play in Modern right now are Green Black Rock, Blue Blackberries, Jeskai Terminus, not touching anything else. Bant, that's a good question. So if you're new to Magic, all the 3 color combinations in Magic have a keyword associated with them. So Bant, in this case, refers to white, blue, and green color combination. I missed the BB set with the 3-fit 2 alerts at once. It caught me. Could 3.5 Washingtons influence you to like the Modern disaster I just sent? I don't think so. You need to get to top 8 to qualify this month. Next month is when the top 1,000 thing starts. Maybe I'm just supposed to block there. I could, like, block and then, like, down tick a Johnny, get my Tithe Taker back. Maybe that was the line.
Proud to fight. I will lend you my strength.
There is an article here by Frank Carson on channelfireball.com that talks about the amount of colored sources you should put in your deck based on what you're trying to do. I have a Conclave Tribunal here. Venerated locks it on. Yikes. Well, shoot.
You are capable of more than you assume.
So 2 permanents away from the Snubhorn popping off. At least my dorks trade with their elephant at this point. I definitely think I should have blocked my Tithe Taker to their Adonto the first turn, though. I think that was a mistake not to. Wonder if we'll see them flip the Legion's Landing here or not. There's nothing wrong with enjoying playing a tiered deck. Tiered decks are good for a reason. There's nothing wrong with playing a tiered deck and enjoying it. They have formation here. This is definitely not a matchup where Fall is good. We're looking to have a card like Fall be good in matchups like mid-range and control matchups. That's an okay draw. So do I do... I can destroy Legion's Landing with the Fall here. I don't think it's particularly good on this board to do so, though. Like, so you basically don't want to fall if you're behind on board, and we're definitely not ahead on this board, right? Like, we're currently behind. And, like, maybe if they don't have good draws here, we get to go, like, history into a Johnny, we can get ahead. Thanks for the 9 months, Alex Jedi. I appreciate that. Welcome. people recommending cards, again, please remember, identify problem, attempt to solve problem. So say, hey, this deck looks to have this issue. We're going to fix it by making this change. The problem with Settle and Fall is that think about the decks that are good in the format. A lot of them are 3-color decks that don't really care about having a couple, like they don't have that many basics in their deck. I think Settle just for the aggro matchup probably too narrow. Like I'm probably just gonna board Fall out here against an aggro deck.
You can still fight.
Like against mono blue, against mono red aggro, against white aggro, this is just not a card that should be in your deck post board. Like Sultai, Esper, maybe even Drake's Fall could be okay. But the matchups where you're both just playing to the board very quickly, this is not a relevant card. Which probably means it's just too much of a meme. It's actually probably pretty reasonable against the Nexus of Fate decks too. Evening, JW. I didn't attack with the Pump Knights because I didn't really want to trade a Knight for their Tithe Taker, but maybe that's too conservative. Johnny plus Growth Chamber Guardian's kind of sweet here. So we're gonna get all 4 of them. So we get to do this, and then I get to do this, and then I get to Johnny onto both of these and get the other 2 back out of my deck. And like now this is a 5/5 to block their Adonto.
Strength is always struggle.
Money in mind to get Sultai Teachings into the queue for Modern. I'll do most anything for $100. I guess I should probably attack with these. I probably should have attacked with them last turn. Listen, chat, before people start to challenge me on things we will and won't do, I'd like you to take a real long hard look at the color of my hair right now. Like, take a real long hard look before you think you're gonna call my bluff with offering me money to do things, okay? Let's just say that precedent's been set. The owl photos, yep. Listen, I am true to my word. A 5/5 is huge on this board. How are we dead? How are we even remotely dead? Hopefully we draw a Remorseful Cleric next turn, so that way we can, like, play 3 2-drops out and then fall the following turn and lock the game up. Timeouts are always free here, because we're givers. Into the giving mood. So I'm taking 1 on this attack, and most of these boards are going away. Seems good. Ajani's been really good here. Like, those attacks were really good for me. Also good for me. That was a you deal with the math attack. That's exactly what that was. You are not wrong. That was someone else can figure it out attack.
Deliver us to victory.
Deliver us. We did win without using fall. Like we talked about when this match started, this is a matchup where fall is not good. We'll get sideboarded out here. Fall is here for the mid-range and control matchups and the Nexus matchup. Those are where a card like Fall is going to be good. Here it is not. I think I'm actually gonna leave the Tefris in, board the extra in too, just like gum up the ground and then like gain advantage with my Planeswalkers. Has anyone been playing Teferi with Land War Elves? I feel like not exploring turn 3 Teferi on the back of Land War Elves is good. Niv with the 63 Fitty. If my math is on point, that sounds good. I think it does. I think it does, Niv. I've got Vanafear Chord lined up for tomorrow morning, Niv. We'll play Sultai Reclamation on Friday. Magic Online was down this morning, so we didn't play a Modern deck this morning. So, we've been playing Arena for the last 11 hours. It's a good time. It's a good time. This is probably a mulligan, right? This is an awkward keep, but a keep. Perfect. In the land of 2/1s, the 1/3 is a king. So if they don't have removal here, they have to trade their 2/1 to flip their Legion's Landing. If they go Land Lord, we're in trouble. Other than that, we're doing okay here. Yep. I think I Tecatli here rather than Growth Chamber Guardian. It does turn off Elephant. In addition to blocking well, it does also turn off the Elephant. So ideally, I want to draw a 2-mana creature next turn or a Baffling End so I can double spell into Niv. I'm going to go ahead and choose to block the 1/1 here just because I want to take an actual body / permanent off the table to keep them further away from ascending this. Oh, we try and failed. Second Growth Chamber Guardian is kind of great here. It means that next turn I get to play a Johnny and fart both of these and get 2 friends. No Lord here is great for us. It might be that I'm supposed to double block this. I think we're going to be a little bit too far behind here. They're mousing like they have a Conclave Tribunal. Just a 4/4, got it. I think we're still dead. A little bit too slow on the draw here. The Conclave Tribunal was really backbreaking because they were able to add to their board while simultaneously eating ours. Yeah, so I can like trades here, eat here, take 9. Super dead to a Lord effect or an Unbreakable Formation. That'll be big.
Do not fear, my friend.
I can tell it's been a long stream. I finished my second water bottle of the day. We've consumed 50 ounces of water. All right. Y'all ready to give him a history lesson? Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Survey says, oh yeah. Let the knights flow. If we don't get Deputy of Detention, they're gonna lose real quick. Marshall, Marshall, Marshall. I didn't block the 1/4 with the Catley because I've been live for 10 hours and 45 minutes. The play gets real loose at the end, chat. Yikes. This attack seems a little weird. Because we're stumbling, we're gonna go ahead and we might actually be able to power through triple history here. Let's see. The marshals are familiar with the history lesson we are aiming to teach today. Good luck, Delbur.
I understand you are in need of support.
Really need to draw a Baffling End here.
Here.
Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End here. Really need to draw a Baffling End That's interesting. Okay. Huh, I'm not sure we can beat that, really. It's gonna give them another 3/3. They can down tick Ajani again here. Yeah, I think we're probably dead here. It's unfortunate. Good news is the 1 point of damage I took extra probably didn't matter.
Be strong.
I don't think the Teferi minus is really gonna do much. So we get to tuck a Marshall. Just depends on how aggressive they get here. Yeah, the 3/3 spirits are like kind of giving us the business. Ava, thanks for the 4-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. So if I Teferi and tuck the Marshall,
I can no longer stand by and watch.
close to lethal here. So if we attack all, they have to go block. So they eat one, they trade with another, and then I die on the backswing, right? Yeah, we're dead in the air to the Ajani. And we're one short of this combat step. Yeah, unfortunately we had a bunch of histories. We had a bunch of histories on the play there, but we just didn't have enough mana to fully leverage what we wanted to be doing there. Just couldn't play our cards out fast enough. Let's play one more. See if we can hit a mid-range controller next to Steck so we can try and put Fall to use. So you're saying you wanted to attack with everything and try and induce a mistake, so like attack with the 3/4/3s, maybe they block with their knights. I think they'd probably play around one removal spell. There's really not a reason to not play around one removal spell there. The problem there is if I attack a Ajani, I am unable to force them to block because I'm no longer threatening lethal, and then they kill me on the backswing. Yeah, so like with good play, we just lost there, so we can concede and move on rather than like sitting there hoping our opponent's an idiot, right? Like I get that like in a tournament that like really matters, like sure, like try and make your opponent make a mistake, but like this isn't a tournament that matters. We're just like playing matches on the ladder. I'm like trying to see like does my deck work out against what their deck is doing. I think this is the 4-color Flyers deck we played earlier today. Certainly looks like it so far. Maybe I'm supposed to play the second Cleric there so I can block the Thief of Sanity through a removal spell. No, the queue's not closed, Turkey. I'm just not accepting everything as always. I'm always selective about what I take and what I don't. So at the moment, I'm most only taking more stock decks for 10 bucks. Yeah. Probably just gonna get run over by this thief. I guess we have a lot of pressure on the ground, huh? They're gonna hit me for 3 here, but I get to like play a land, fart the druid, attack for 11 next turn because the history pops off. Unfortunately, they're down to 7, but I don't have another history triggering again next turn, so we've lost a lot of our pressure. Them leaving the Kitesail Freebooter back as a potential blocker bodes well for us. Did we force that inside of combat and get our Ajani going? We have 4 cards here, 2 of theirs, 2 of ours. It's a pretty good one. Let's throw Kitesail Freebooter block here. Would love to see a Baffling End. Baffling End's lethal here. That is not lethal. Puts them to 2. We're pretty solidly winning the race here, which is nice.
Look how far you have come.
Probably dead here. Yeah, we're just dead to the Ajani pumping up these 2 things in the air next turn. This deck doesn't seem very good. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I've been going for almost 11 hours. I'm gonna get some actual food in me as opposed to just little packs of trail mix that I've been eating most of the day. And I will catch all of y'all around tomorrow. I'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning. I start about 8 a.m. every morning. And then we'll, with some Modern, we're going to play some Vanafear Court again tomorrow morning, which I've been looking forward to. And then we're going to play a bunch of Standard on Arena after that as well. So thanks for watching, folks. And I'll catch y'all later on tomorrow. Remember, if you are looking for more content for myself, you can head on over to my wonderful website to find more there. Otherwise, I believe Matthew is streaming, so I'm going to go ahead and send y'all over his way.